What's good, WWE 2K fans? It's your boy Jay, aka Darkchild80, and I just kind of wanted to make a video to talk about some of my personal pet peeves regarding the WWE 2K series. But instead of making this like a wish list, I'm just going to address one issue per video. That way we can kind of save a little bit on time, as well as maybe even go in depth a little bit better, instead of having to jump around talking about certain issues. So with that being said, man, let's go ahead and jump into it. One of the first things that comes to mind is the lack of realism regarding the submission gameplay. Not so much the submission system, but just the overall gameplay in general. Not saying that the submission system itself couldn't use a little work, but like I say, for this video, we're kind of going to discuss all of that, that falls in the realm of just the submission system. One of the things that really just irritate me to no end is the fact that this game does not have a legit crawling system, man. I've been asking for this for like the last couple of years. And like I said, it's just one of those things that really just boggle my mind. I can't fathom why there is not a true legit crawling system like in this game, like when it's dealing with submission gameplay. Any wrestling fan knows, whether it be WWE or otherwise, they know that pretty much a majority, I'd say about 90% of submissions are broken via rope break. So that means the guy is actually crawling towards the ropes, reaches out and actually grabs the rope. That's another thing that's kind of weird. I don't understand why that hadn't made it to the game yet, where you can actually see your superstar actually reach out and grab the ropes instead of just like this invisible wall kind of thing where you just, the ref calls rope break and your opponent just relinquishes the hold without any visual representation of you actually grabbing the ropes. This just looks really bad from an aesthetic standpoint, and it really goes against the whole simulation style gameplay that they're trying to go for. Honestly, it feels like 2K is approaching WWE games submission system with the UFC mindset, and that doesn't really translate well into a wrestling game. The submissions as they stand are too power out heavy. There's no balance between, actually crawling and, reaching for the ropes, getting rope breaks, and actually powering out. Like I say, powering out seems to be at the forefront, whereas truth be told, it needs to be the other way around, or at least balanced to a degree where, it can kind of be more of a 50-50. But like I said, if they're going for that true simulation style, then yes, crawling and rope breaks need to be at the forefront. Which brings us to the actual submission system itself. Now, one of my biggest problems I have with the submission system is the fact that it places too much of the burden on the offensive player to make the defensive player tap out, when in actuality, it should be more so a majority of the responsibility should be on that defensive player to try to either get to the ropes or power out. I guess the way it is now, it's like the equivalent of somebody having to tap the buttons or something to keep somebody in a pinfall. You kind of get what I'm saying? The workload should definitely not be the same. The offensive players shouldn't have to work, so hard to try to get somebody to tap out, as opposed to the defensive player trying to avoid being tapped by either, like say, getting to the ropes or powering out. And with the current submission system that we have in play right now, like I said, it feels like, it puts most of the workload on the offensive player. Another thing that bothers me about the submission system is that there's really no struggle during the submission lock-in attempt, or even after the submission has been locked in. A lot of times you'll see when an offensive guy is trying to lock his opponent into a submission, they would kind of struggle to try to break free from the hold before it even begins. I think it would be kind of cool to see some stuff like that, but there's really nothing that indicates, any kind of struggle. And the same could be said even when your opponent is already locked in a submission. There's no visual cues as if he's ready to tap out, or is he thinking about tapping out or something like that. Usually, like during submissions, they will, raise their hand or like kind of grit their teeth, stuff like that to kind of let you know that they're close or on that brink of tapping out. But we don't get any of that in game. I mean, that's just kind of weird considering that this is a simulation style game. You know, you would think those little attentions to detail, you know, would be, you know, I guess more so in the forefront. So anyway, man, that's going to do it for this video. Do me a favor, if you guys, you know, like this video or, you know, like what I was talking about, go ahead and hit that thumbs up. If you really like the video, you know what I'm saying, go ahead and subscribe. And if you want more of these, man, you know, hit the notification, you know, because I plan on bringing a lot more to the table. So I appreciate y'all for watching, taking the time out, you know, to spend some time with your boy and just, you know, allow me to get some stuff off my chest. And, you know, like I said, if you guys have anything on your own, man, you know, post it down in the comment section. You know, let me know if you have any pet peeves about this game. I'm pretty sure a lot of people do. So, yeah, let them be known. And, hey, if you want to talk about it further, just let me know. So, again, thanks for watching, and I'll holler at y'all later.